So after all that, it ends in a draw down at Craven Cottage. Not the easiest of watches at times, was it? Former Red Harry Wilson with the first half goal for Fulham, but Liverpool battled to equalise just before the hour mark. A tight VAR call on Florian Wirtz's goal going our way in the end, deep into injury time. Then Cody Gakpo sneaks in at the back post to put the Reds ahead. We think he's won it, but Fulham fight back to tie the game at the death. Harrison Reed with an absolute screamer. 2-2. It ends at Craven Cottage. Jason McAteer and Neil Mellor are alongside me in the studio giving their thoughts. We also have our fan panel on the way as well. Si Steers, Ryan Payton, and from the official Liverpool Supporters Club over in San Francisco today, Linga Senkor is going to join us very, very soon. Guys, we'll come to you very shortly, but the first words go to the lads in the studio, and I think it's unfortunately quite a familiar feeling, Mel's. Little to shout about in the first half, was there? But so much more about Liverpool in that second. We think Cody's won it at the death, but not to be, and another frustrating evening.
Yeah, sickening, isn't it? It was first half wasn't enjoyable, I have to say. Didn't enjoy the first half. We didn't play particularly well. I thought it was a bit harsh that we were behind because Fulham created very little. But you wanted a reaction, and we saw the reaction at the start of the second half. I wondered at half-time if the manager might make changes, because you're thinking he might be tempted to because of how Liverpool played first half. We didn't create a great deal, but the reaction was there from the players. We got a deserved equalising goal. We'd had one disallowed just before it, Cody Gakpo. We'd hit the crossbar as well. The pressure was telling, and then we got ourselves on level terms. I have to say, when I saw the replay, I don't know what you thought, Jace, but he looked offside. And so I was a little bit worried. I didn't think it was going to be given. It was given, so that was a relief. We didn't do a great deal afterwards. I thought Fulham responded better. They hit the bar, so that was a bit of a let-off. And then when Cody Gakpo scores at the end, you're thinking, that's a big result, that. We needed that. We didn't play particularly well, but it felt like it would have been a big result away from home. And the lad puts one in the top corner from outside the box, probably wanting a career moment for him to score the way he does. And it's a sickness. I feel like we've dropped 2 points. You know, when you're winning 2-1 after 94, 95 minutes, you think we've done enough. There wasn't a lot in terms of chances created, but feel really disappointed not to have won it.
Yeah, I walked away from the game against Leeds. Obviously, we've drawn, but really disappointed with the performance, but it felt like a defeat.
Yeah.
It was just an opportunity for us. It wasn't a great spectacle. And then tonight, it feels like another defeat.
But in a different way,
in a different way, yeah. Mel's has summed it up really well. It wasn't a great game first half. I think it was quite inevitable. Like, losing your striker, you're going to lose Ekitike, no Isak. You're going to lose, a big presence in that area of the pitch, and we're going to have to sort of accommodate that with what we didn't really know was whether Gakpo was going to go down the middle or Wirtz was going to but it's quite evident, wasn't it, that it was an area which we suffered from not having a real presence in that area. It wasn't a great spectacle first half. No one really created anything. If anything, Liverpool probably on top a little bit. Good start, quick start. You could see their intentions, but quickly when they didn't score, kind of wore off a little bit. Then Fulham got back into the game, and then the goal, as soon as he scored it, Harry Wilson, who took it exceptionally well, it went to VAR, didn't it? But I just felt it was onside from first seeing it. We kind of have an instinct, don't we? And it was like, that's closer than what you think.
You did call it.
Yeah, I think that's in. So then we go 1-0 behind. We're looking for a response, didn't really get it, and then we get our goal, and then we go 2-1 up, and then it's like, right, lads, just shut up. We've nicked this, because I think Marco Silva, had they been beaten, I think would have been really disappointed. I think on a fair reflection of watching the game, it probably was points shared, I think.
Yeah. So
we would have nicked it, but I would have took it, obviously, all day long. But, the goal, when you look at it, I mean, it's a strike, it's a wonder strike, but I do question why we were so deep. Like I actually said to you, when you walked in, like, why were we sitting on top of Alisson? It's kind of like we've asked him to hit it. Listen, he might hit another 50 of them, 49 might, sail over the bar, but that one opportunity he takes tonight, and we run out only with a point.
It felt like they'd almost passed a big test of character to come back, if you like, and I think that's why it sticks so much, doesn't it? When you look at the stats from this season, this is only the second point won in the Premier League from coming behind. This was the second one after Sunderland. 8 out of 20 league games conceded the first goal and lost 6 of them. Had this been a win and it was so close, Mel's, it would have been such a significant win, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we haven't done that enough. I think that's been something we've struggled with. But the reaction was there at the start of the second half, you know, where you're thinking, if Fulham get the second goal, we're getting nothing from this game. But the reaction was there. Obviously, Gakpo was offside initially for his goal disallowed. McAllister hits the bar, and did Gakpo hit the post the first half. You're thinking, is it one of those days? But then when we got the equaliser, I actually thought we could have really gone for them then. And then Fulham kind of got back into the game. We had the big let-off when Wilson hit the bar. But yeah, I mean, that is a positive in terms of having been behind and getting something from the game. Just the disappointing thing is to have been in front so late on in the game and to have conceded. That'll be hard for the lads to take, because when Gakpo scores, I think we all think we've won the game at that point, don't we?
It is a tough one to take, isn't it? I mean, as we say, if we try and look at positives, now unbeaten in 9, Jace, it maybe hasn't felt like it with some of the results and the way the games have gone, specifically the last 2. But when you look back to before that West Ham game, everyone was saying, look, we just need to put a run together, stop the defeats, and they have done that. They feel quite far away from where they were at that point, but still quite far away from where they want to get to.
Listen, if you look at it on paper, you know, it reads quite well, doesn't it? You know, 1-1-1, drawn 1-1, and unbeaten, as you've just said, in what, 9 now? Yeah. So it you know, that does look quite healthy. But if you look in the manner in which we've dropped points within them 9 games, and plus what's happening around you, we could have been somewhat optimistic about maybe challenging for the title. Or, you know, Man United have drawn today. It was a big opportunity. We spoke about the points dropped at Sunderland. We spoke about the points dropped at Leeds, you know, 2 promoted teams at home. You want to take maximum points against these teams. You're in a much healthier position, and you get that little gap where, you know, you might go to Arsenal and drop points, but the gap still stays there between you, United, and Chelsea. You know, the chasing pack. But again, it's like it's the
teams we're playing, isn't it? You say unbeaten in 9, and that sounds okay. But who've we played? The only one in that lot where you say that's a great result was Inter Milan, and Brighton at home was a good one. But was it 4 draws to Leeds twice, Sunderland,
Fulham.
to Fulham? These are teams we want to be beating, and ultimately, it's 2 points dropped against a team that are going to be mid-table, if not bottom half of the section. They're not really going to be challenging for European football. So that's where the unbeaten in 9 sounds good. But when you break it down, it's not Arsenal away, it's not City away.
You've not gone to United taking points. You've not gone to Chelsea taking maximum. You've not gone to Arsenal. You're
we haven't won enough of them games. We've drawn 4 of those games where you're thinking we should have won at least two more of them.
It can look healthy on paper, but you know, when you do look into the minutiae of it, it's a bit like...
You were speaking pre-match about the need for a consistent performance across the 90 minutes, which we didn't really get again today, but there were echoes again in that first half of things. The boss will want to work on more urgency in the final third, especially, Jason.
Yeah, I got frustrated. It seemed to be like pass, go across, pass back, pass. I'm all for keeping possession, but if it's meaning for possession, you're going to drag someone out to create something. You're going to have an overload on the left, you know, to all of a sudden switch to the right, get down the line, put a ball in. You know, test the keeper. I don't really see us testing keepers. Leeds, I think, what do we have? 19 shots and hit the target 4 times against Leeds. It's just, you're just not testing the keeper enough. Today, I don't remember Leno making too many saves or like really being in the thick of it. It's just like, it's kind of like a bit painting by numbers at the minute. I don't know whether that's team selection. It's just, you know, consistency of the players he's picking, and it's just all looks a bit disjointed.
I think a lot of the players are in front of the Fulham defenders. I'm watching it there. I'm looking at the midfield and seeing McAllister, Gravenberch, Curtis Jones. And first half, no one was really making that run in behind. So Fulham could deal with that 5 at the back, and they're saying, well, you're not really asking enough questions of that. It was second half. I felt as though Kirkes played a lot higher second half, and Conor Bradley as well, which helps Liverpool in the final third and ask more questions of that Fulham defence. But in terms of creativity, you're missing Mo Salah, who's obviously a really creative player. Isak's injured. Ekitike wasn't available. So you're missing 3 attacking players who can all add something to the attack. I was made up to see Gakpo back, I have to say. I think Gakpo is a player who divides opinion at times because of his end product. But he'll give you numbers where he'll make something happen. He ends up scoring a goal, he'll create chances. First half, he's had a couple of shots. So you know you'll get some attacking, creative moments out of players like that.
I think it's a really good point Mel's made, but it kind of reiterates what I said about before about Ekitike, and you can look at it and think, well, he's a goal threat. But Mel's makes the great point there. He's not just a threat in front of goal, puts the ball in the back of the net. He's a threat where he can go to feet, which makes a defender think, do I go with him or do I pass him on? But also in behind, he hangs on shoulders. Now, okay, Fulham, they soaked up the pressure, the initial pressure from Liverpool, and they sat a little bit deeper. So maybe that, but there was always going to be that point in the game where they were going to play a higher line. They were going to get more possession. They were going to go looking for a goal because they were at home. You know, they're going to get their own way in certain parts of the game. That's the moment where an Ekitike, the high line's being played, he's looking to go in behind, and then you've got players in Liverpool's team that have got the ability to get him in. McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, they can all get players in behind if the space is there. But when you're not posing that threat, because Wirtz is going to want to go the ball, Gakpo, you know, he's going to want to come inside, he's going to want to go the ball. You've got no real threat in behind. We didn't have that today, and it was comfortable for Fulham.